Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Special Edition, 20 days out, SnF Boss Lites Leenhouts says the advanced ticket sales look really promising. Also, Lites describes the measures being taken to keep the event as safe as possible. And SnF has a massive slate of interesting events and attractions ready for the first big aviation event in a year. Welcome to the special edition of Airborne. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. We are less than 20 days out from the first aviation event of 2021 after a year of pandemic-induced delays. But things are looking up as SnF Boss Lites Leenhouts discloses the advanced ticket sales look exceptionally promising, and SnF 2021 has the potential of being pretty big. Lites discusses the precautions and safeguards SnF has prepared for SnF 2021, as well as what we should all expect when we get to the Lakeland airport. As we get closer to the event, circumstances appear to be swinging in favor of this annual event, and Lites' enthusiasm is pretty apparent. ANN Editor-In-Chief Jim Campbell interviewed none other than SnF boss John Lites as he details the extensive efforts underway right now to get SnF ready to welcome aviators in less than 3 weeks and ANN's role in this year's event.
Good morning, Lites. We've got less than 3 weeks to go to SnF, and it's been a long time coming, buddy.
Well, sir, it's good to talk with you this morning, Jim. This has quite candidly been the longest, as they say, dry spell of no aviation activity that I've known in my 70 plus years on the planet, and being an air show groupie for most of my life since about the time I could hitchhike to a show. This has been very discouraging this last 12 to 14 months, and we are thrilled to death to be able to put our show on. So the excitement and the exhilaration associated with coming back to SnF and having it is just indescribable. So as you can well imagine, the excitement surrounding both the staff, the volunteers, and now it appears as if the general public is capturing the concept that we're really going to do this, and we got a plan to make it just as safe as humanly possible, and it's going to be fun, has motivated them to start purchasing tickets at a rate we did not envision. We thought in our planning process that we'd be down about 25%, where in reality, if you add in all the folks that rolled their tickets over from last year and you add them to the tickets that have been bought this year, we're exceeding all previous year's ticket purchases. So we're excited, we're anxious, and we're ready to provide the aviation community what they so richly deserve, and that's an immersion in all things aviation.
It's been a long time coming. I can't tell you how many people we've talked to that are looking so much forward to this.
After the break, Lites and Jim discuss the measures SnF will undertake to make sure the event is safe.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
When adventure is calling, the Bory by Aero Volga is the plane you need to answer the call. Bory's composite design is simple, reliable, and economical, with impressive performance and no gimmicks. Designed for the wilderness and proven durability in a flight around the Arctic Circle, the Bory has what it takes to handle your next adventure. Featuring 2 large cargo compartments, a comfortable modern cockpit, and a Rotax 912 power plant, the Bory Amphibian is now available in Canada. Experience the Bory for yourself at flightsimple.com.
Welcome back. Lites and Jim discuss the measures SnF will take to make sure you are safe, as well as what they expect from each of us in attendance.
Your advice to people who are making the decision to come, what safety measures are in place? What should they look for? What should they do personally? What can they look forward to at the fly-in at this date?
So right now, if you go onto our website, flysnf.org, you will see a thing on there called Survival Guide for Sun and Fun. So it gives you a lot of the things to prepare for a great experience. And then that will help you personally. And it has to do with lawn chairs and suntan lotion and obviously hand sanitation on your own, plenty of water, carry your own water container around because you can fill that up for free. So those sorts of things, hats and scarves so that cool around your neck. But from our perspective, the biggest change that we are implementing in comparison to all previous years is obviously a level of sanitization and cleanliness that we've never heretofore seen to ensure that any germ doesn't get passed from surfaces to people or people to people. And that's our number one focus. So to do that, obviously we're requesting that everybody coming through the gate has a mask available. We've negotiated with our Lakeland Regional Medical facility here, the hospital, and they have donated to us 10,000 masks for those who may have inadvertently forgot theirs. And we'll have those available both upon entry and available to go into our closed exhibit halls, the big 4 hangars, 5 actually if you count our parts exchange. So we're requesting that you wear a mask coming in. We will have fogged the area, and all the major buildings will be fogged every other day with a cleansing agent that's recommended by an environmental cleanup corporation that does this for airlines. So this is a highly respected product that kills germs throughout the evening and prepare for the next day. And then we'll have air scrubbers in several of the buildings that are constantly scrubbing the air. If you want to go into a building, you'll have to have a mask on. That's just required. We'll be requesting that people follow the 3-foot separation as now required by CDC. And then outside, wherever you're at, if you want to wear a mask, we're promoting it, but we're not requiring it. And once you're inside, though, the vendors have the authority not to talk to anybody that they don't want to talk to unless they have a mask on. And that's left up to each individual exhibitor, whether it be outside or inside. It's just that if to get through the door to go into the hangars, you have to have it on. That's our requirement. That's not a state requirement. That's our requirement.
Okay.
Now, once you're in there, we hope that you wear it. And most of the exhibitors are going to require you, if you're going to converse with them, you got to have it on. But we'll have all 4 doors open. And then what we'll be doing is monitoring the crowd size in there. And when we reach that point where we say, well, it looks like there's the crowding is such that we can't maintain the 3-foot distancing, then we'll stop the doors.
Gotcha.
Nobody will get in until people leave, and then we'll let them filter back in again. And we just came up with another plan for gate entrance to keep people apart so that we don't have them all jammed up there in these long lines to get into each one of the windows. We're going to do a Disney-like, for Saturday anyway, we'll do a Disney-like snake, the chicanes that go back and forth that create a manageable track. And then every one of our 20 windows, well, actually, we got about 30 of them. There'll be some for folks that have already pre-bought tickets. You just walk up, exchange your electronic ticket for a wristband, and then you'll walk. And we've got multiple lines to get in, so nobody has to jam up there as well. So the goal is not to have a traffic jam or a clog point upon entry, but to keep people moving constantly and not have them be stuck in these really, really long multiple lines, but have one snake that feeds into all of them. And then you got about 2 or 3 peoples all at each one of the stations that are getting tickets. So if one slows down, and the other one's working faster, we just keep feeding you to the one that works faster. So if you got a customer that, is confused or possibly, we can't scan their ticket, we don't have to hold up a whole line. We just hold up a couple of people and then just keep distributing the people into those areas to get into those ticket lines as fast as humanly possible and get them in. Because once they're in, we got 2,000 acres here. There's plenty of room to spread out.
Yeah.
Campgrounds spread out. Airplanes are spread out just by the nature of the wingspan. So once we get you in, it's going to be an outside event unless you want to go into a building. But even places like where you get your food, most of that's outside. Even our Sunset Grill's wide open, but we'll be cleaning all the surfaces in between guests sitting down and moving. So we have a team doing that. We have FEMA involved in this. We got the local city oversight and the emergency management teams helping us with that. We've got doctors on board that are going to be monitoring people. We will not be taking temperatures at the front gate. That is not a requirement.
Okay.
We're asking on our website and the signage up front, if you are experiencing continued coughing, a fever, chills, don't come in. Be a good citizen, step away. We don't want you in here. If you're healthy and happy, then we're going to keep you that way, but don't come in bringing it. We've got plenty of room for airplanes flying in. We've got a great pattern for that. We're meeting, actually, this is a kind of a cool thing. We're meeting with the city and the county sheriff's department to map out for Saturday. Saturday's always been a challenge for us after the night show to get people out of the parking lot. It's been a really horrific challenge. And they finally agreed now that we're going to close down some roads and do one-way traffic out at several locations so we can rapidly move people out.
After these messages, Sun and Fun will be extensively covered for those in Lakeland and around the world by A&N's Sun and Fun Digital Daily at the website you see on your screen.
I believe that if people use the landing doctor training program, they will have less accidents and eventually their insurance will go down and they will make a superior pilot. We do personal limitation checklists, which is the most important reason you need to fly with limits. We do ground proximity awareness training, and we do this with a crosswind. We've been operating 6 Bristells for 2 years without one insurance claim. The landing doctor program is working, and you're going to hear more about it.
Swift Fuels proudly introduces the Forever Avgas STC. One simple upfront purchase entitles the Forever STC certificate holder to receive all current and future Avgas STCs that the FAA issues to Swift Fuels. The best part? It's priced today at only $100, and the prepaid certificate never expires. Get your Forever Avgas STC today at swiftfuelsavgas.com.
Welcome back. Jim finishes his interview with Lights and talks a bit about A&N's plans to produce the first Sun and Fun Digital Daily.
What are the highlights for this year? Anything new as far as why we come to something like this?
Well, the first and foremost is it's going to be a great array of aircraft and exhibitors. And the people. We come for the people. That's great. And we love to share the experiences with all of our friends and aviation fanatics like myself. But the big component is the 75th anniversary of our dear friends, the Navy's flight demonstration team, the Blue Angels, in their Super Hornets. We will be their inaugural event. Nobody's seen them on the planet.
No preference first. There at all, right, Lights?
Huh?
No preference for the Navy at all? Huh?
Just a little bit. You might notice over my left shoulder here, there might be a Hornet down there somewhere. But yeah, I'm a big fan of our friends, the Navy. Not to say we love our Thunderbird buddies, and all of them are great folks. But this is kind of unusual because it's a first-time performance of a brand new airplane, and they're also bringing Fat Albert back, which we haven't seen Fat Albert around the nation anywhere in the last 3 years. It's just not been available, so they're back. We also have a C-17 coming out of McCord. United States Air Force Base McCord out of Washington State is going to come down and do a full C-17 presentation. We have the F-22 Raptor. We have not had it here in over 3 years. That's a phenomenal performance.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got 2 great night air shows with our night drones, the light drones, which will be phenomenal. That's going to be pretty cool. Big, and our night finale with fireworks is probably going to be the biggest ever. So we got a lot of really cool other acts in between here that'll make things really exciting. So this is not a show to miss. This is a show you got to get to. and it's an expo. It's all about learning about aviation, getting thrilled by it, and maybe even find out you got a career in it. For all those young men and women that don't know where they're going, this is a place to find out that could be your ultimate destination, could involve the aerospace industry. And I got to put the last pitch in. The reason we do this is so we can continue on with the Aerospace Center for Excellence, which is dedicated 100% to providing the engagement, education, and acceleration of young men and women into the aerospace profession. And we do that in droves. Our number of pilots we've created now has surpassed 121. Mechanics is probably well past 25 or 30 of those folks. College students, 50 of them in college on these scholarships. And we've got about 35 students in training right now to learn to be pilots on top of the ones already have. And this is just an example of what you can do. We all work together to rebuild the industry that was suffering for so many years.
Speaking of working together, I'll close out with the fact that despite a lot of ancient history and so forth, Sun and Fun and Aero-News are working together in an interesting area where we've introduced the Sun and Fun Digital Daily, www.snfdd.com. And we've got QR codes that'll be going up all over the place, and I'm working with Carol on that. But one, really I've enjoyed working with you folks over the last couple of weeks. Two, we're really excited about getting out there and doing this. And three, the one thing I think about the digital aspect of this is that unfortunately there are people who aren't going to make it. And we're going to be able to bring as much Sun and Fun goodness as we can to the rest of the world and thereafter. And I'll tell you what, it's been an interesting process. I'm glad we're here. Ask me how glad I am 4 weeks from now. We
Just think of it this way, Jim. This is Christmas in April.
Yeah, there you go. It should be a lot of fun. Lites, I sure appreciate your time with Aero-News and Airborne, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of days, and we'll take it from there. But
all right,
it's coming. Less than 3 weeks to go. TikTok.
20 days and counting, but who's counting? How about that? Hey, Jim, thank you very much for what you guys do. We really appreciate it. The daily digital news program will help us immensely because obviously we don't have GA News. They're not going to be able to participate this year. And you are actually not only filling a void, but you're expanding our reach. That's really important.
We're excited about it, Lites. We really are.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for joining us for this special edition of Airborne Special Edition, an interview series designed to bring special attention to topics of critical importance to the aviation community. This show will be a regular part of Airborne programming in the future. Your suggestions for interview topics are always welcome, and feel free to comment on our social media page. Thanks for watching.